Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a nice day. Many of you are probably well know now that Andrew Yang delivered a huge announcement where he's starting a nonprofit organization that's going to do the very thing his presidential candidacy was all about. So, um, I had been thinking, and I wanted to do a video about this, about what Andrew Yang's next step would be after the presidential campaigning. And it always struck me, it always came back to, I believe that Andrew Yang doesn't need to go back into politics right now, but that it would be great that if he did some nonprofit organization. And that's exactly what happened. And I was very happy to hear that. Simply because I believe that that was going to be the more effective area for him to go in to really resonate and keep his message alive. Because had he done some political moves, some people wanted him to be a vice president or a mayor, I don't think it would have necessarily had the reach and the effect on the people than if he had ran back into political office or took some political office in some town or some city or what have you. I think this is the best approach he could have taken. And how he's doing it is very interesting as well, because now he possibly can have all these Congress people that he's going to support their campaigns. Imagine getting a lot of people in Congress supporting universal basic income and building up through not only on the government level, but also in the private sector, right, in the private area through nonprofits and so on and so forth. So very, very glad to see that. I mean, it's a fantastic move. Of course, many of the celebrities, see Nicolas Cage wearing the math hat, David Chappelle, a lot of them have already pledged to Andrew Yang. He's already got something like $3 million sitting ready to give out universal basic income to certain individuals across the country. And he's also going to be using some of that to fund some of these candidates or political seats that are open in Congress, where we can have people in there who support ideas like universal basic income, and so many political candidates through Andrew's organization. That's going to be so awesome. I think it's the best move that Andrew can make at this point in time. So very excited to hear that. Isn't that exciting? Also, if Andrew does decide to run in 2024, Andrew's still a very young guy. I think this will build him up in a very good way to re-enter. If he wants to do that, he may decide that this is something that is a great deal more effective. Some of you who watch the channel probably remember I started talking about Andrew way back when. I probably started before many people on YouTube were doing it, and I'll tell you why. I had been involved in universal basic income before the Andrew Yang campaign. I knew anything about it. I think he maybe even started running. I was involved, and the reason I was involved was because this was something we were pushing years ago in cryptocurrency over the blockchain. This new technology like Bitcoin, you probably hear things about. And we were already doing versions of universal basic income using these cryptocurrencies. And it kind of dawned on me that if you're going to do something like universal basic income, that one of the best ways to implement it would be not a governmental universal basic income, but one that is done by the people, right? Outside of government hands, because if you let government control something like universal basic income, what would occur is at some point they may overturn it. You would always be kind of at the whim of the government. People would always try to fight it, much like they do many of our other policies in place today. And if you had a universal basic income that actually belonged and was run by the people, you would never have to face that. And up until now, we never had a technology that would allow us to do that, right? To be able to implement these payments out. So I guess what I'm getting at here, guys, is that the universal basic income movement is upon us now. And we're going to see so many different approaches to universal basic income. I want to support Andrew Yang all the way on how he's going to do this. I imagine, of course, they're going to raise money through the nonprofit, and then they're going to send out checks to people, right? And that's going to be, I guess, it's going to probably be just in the United States, and that's fine. But there are so many great new technologies that are going to basically allow so many different avenues for us to be able to get universal basic income out to the people, get them out there. And I believe, I really do believe this, that these type of movements and the type of networks that Andrew can possibly build with this Humanity First nonprofit that he's doing, the kind of reach he's going to have with celebrities, politicians, like the mayor, I believe, out in California, who's already kind of picked up the mantle with universal basic income. I believe he's running for mayor, right? And we're going to see so much of that. Universal basic income is going to be so popular because of the pioneering of it with Andrew Yang, right? Him being that pathfinder and paving that path, right? For this to be a serious thing and not just this crazy idea. So that's just so great. And so we're going to see all this happen. I'd also like to turn your attention to something else universal basic income related, UBI related. So we're here at Coin Market Cap, and I know a lot of you all probably don't know what this is about or what it means. But the cryptocurrency industry has opened up a type of economic freedom to people all over the world. And you've probably heard of these currencies in passing. Ideas like Bitcoin, Ethereum, you probably saw television commercials. At some point, it's past your radar now. You've heard of it. And what you're looking at is billions upon billions of dollars moving through these currencies. You see Bitcoin that has right now 165 billion, that's billion with a B, and market cap, and it's went up very much higher than that. This at one time, the cryptocurrency market was almost around $1 trillion. So what does this all mean? Well, this is a global way for people to control their money through blockchain technology. It means there's no middleman anymore. We can send money back and forth directly from one another, right? And Bitcoin and Ethereum is very legal, very much a legal product. But what was noticed in the early days of cryptocurrency, and many of these cryptocurrencies launching and experimenting with universal basic income, having this system where all these computers are networked together and we can send this money back and forth to one another. What we began to notice is that this is a great way to deliver value to the world, and it's cheap to do it, right? It's basically costs a few pennies to send millions of dollars, right? In some cases, it hardly costs anything at all, fractions of pennies. And what was discovered and what's important, and like I said, some people will get this, some people will get the gist of this, but the important thing in this is to understand that what Andrew Yang has started through his nonprofit and having all these various avenues to distribute universal basic income is you're going to see so many different ways to do this, some that are just so efficient and great, and some that work in their particular areas around the globe or in their communities or what have you. But what got me involved in universal basic income initially, and what I discovered was that we would do something in cryptocurrency called forks. And basically, you could take a cryptocurrency project and you would be able to basically create a version of that cryptocurrency and make improvements upon it, right? Make changes to it, make it something that work for you and your particular area of whatever you're trying to do. And some of the ways we would do this is we would create these cryptocurrencies, give them to people free. They wouldn't have to pay anything, very universal basic income like. We would give it to people, okay, for free, and they would get that value. Now, once they got that value, they would build this network up from an existing network. But what would happen in some cases, some people wouldn't get the free money, right? And getting it from a network like Bitcoin is hundreds of billions of dollars, would allow some of that network value to transfer to others. So what we discovered is in doing something like this, we could, in theory, use some of that value from the unclaimed forked cryptocurrencies, right? So, for instance, what would happen is they would fork coins, and some would not collect all the money. What happens to that money? Well, the money would go into the ether. But then we discovered, why not recirculate it to people who really needed it? Universal basic income recipients, right? Or you could make that. And that's how I was able to found my project, Bitcoin MYK. So it has a very similar idea to what many of these universal basic income programs are going to be like that we're going to see in the future, and how to get the value out to the globe. And I would love very much to work with Andrew Yang. Maybe y'all can pass this video to him, and maybe we'll reach out to him. We've been wanting to do that for a while and see if we could work together some kind of way. But there are going to be so many ways to deliver this to people, this universal basic income. So we're here on the Bitcoin MYK site. And the great thing about universal basic income projects is that I feel like we're all in it together. And they're those projects that if we can have so many projects creating universal basic income, it would solve the resource problem, right? It would solve the how do you pay for it problem, because so many individual projects, programs would be doing this, and it would take the burden off of one, right? And we could be able to move as much money as possible. Andrew Yang spoke a lot about how our data and information is the oil of the future. And we kind of took the ball of that and ran with it. And what we have here is a social media site of artists, musicians, models, you name it, regular people. You just come on the site, join the day, get your universal basic income tokens, and they do trade, they do have value, and you're able to participate with that. Anybody can, and start earning today. Now, cryptocurrency is becoming a lot easier. It's a little bit tricky in the beginning, but we have a live support room here. We have a community of people that are willing to help you understand that and be able to use this system. And you can see our music artists here. We have games here. We have everything you do in social media. And the idea is to make what we do every day online, just getting on the internet, that attention value that's creating that new oil for the future. You're able to do that, and we're able to create a valuable cryptocurrency through that money, right? And you can see we have over thousands of people have already joined the site. We have about 13,000 people who've joined. And it's just fantastic. We know you're going to have fun with it if you make videos, do podcasts, whatever. You can get on here, start earning our cryptocurrency. And this, we believe, is moving in the way of what we're going to get to see with universal basic income projects and programs in the future. So Yang Gang, I would encourage you all to join. I think you'll have a great deal of fun with this. We think you'll really like this. You can blog, you can do social media on here, earn this universal basic income, or just basically come in every month, pick up your universal basic income payment, and all these great things that form a great network of people. and all together as one, because I see us as one. I see every universal basic income movement, every universal basic income project, every universal basic income endeavor. I pretty much see us as one thing because we're working to the same goal, right? And in doing that, we're going to get there. We're going to have this work and be a prosperous thing for so many people. So you can't lose in ideas like this. We love to hear from you. If you're having trouble joining our project, let us know. I'm so looking forward to Humanity First and how big of an effect it's going to have on our communities. Don't forget to share this video, share it with your friends, your family, have them join today so you can start getting value in our Universal Basic Income Project today, as well as the many others out there. And would love to create an area here on our site that shows all of the Universal Basic Income programs you can take advantage of, and we'll be working to put together something like that. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well. Lets you know when we put out our latest video with very pertinent information and details that we believe will be beneficial to you. But that's all I want to say in this video. And until next time, as always, take care.